everyone, my name is Miranda, and today I'm here to review episode 3 of The Gifted. And really quickly, if you want to see my reviews for episode 1 or 2, I will leave links to those down below in the description box. But episode 3, guys. First of all, this episode started with the cutest flashback between Lorna and Marcos. Like, I was already shipping them, but then like when their powers combined to make the Aurora Borealis, like, how can you not? Like, when have you seen an OTP ever? Because they are just so cute together. And I love that you got to see, I mean, Marcos mentioned it in episode 2, but you really got to see how Lorna was the one that kind of dragged him out of kind of the, like, self-hating he had with his powers. She was the one that was kind of like, what do you do for fun with your powers? And he was like, nothing. And then she showed him that she can fly. First of all, like, when she did that, I was like, bow down, like Lorna's queen. And I'm hoping that when they are reunited that they will be just as strong and just as happy with each other, because I feel like, you know, with a TV show sometimes they kind of make it angsty and keep them apart for the sake of continuing the TV show on. So I really hope that when they do reunite it's happy and not like super depressing, because I feel like maybe Lorna is now seeing a darker side to the mutant world, you know, like I feel like she is finally experiencing, maybe for the first time because we don't really know too much about her, just how badly mutants get treated, and I feel like that's gonna mess with her a lot. I mean, you saw how she was willing to physically harm herself just to show that she could use her powers again, and even the guard, when she came in, she was like, that's just sad. And it is, because like she couldn't even do anything after she got the door open. Like, she was basically unconscious, but she still got the door open. So I feel like Lorna's just like not going to be in a super good place when they do manage to rescue her, but I'm hoping they manage to rescue her soon, and I'm hoping now maybe it's Marcos' turn to kind of bring her back from the dark side. Speaking of shipping or potential couples, Blink and Johnny were so cute in this episode together because he's helping her work on her powers, and I really like how he's just kind of like this like zen dude that's just like, you gotta focus on the positives and like really patient and everything, and she is just so snarky and he just takes it with a smirk on his face. Like, I think they're so perfect for each other. But we already got our first obstacle, because as soon as Dreamer like implanted that memory of Clarice kissing Johnny, I was like, oh gosh, we're in it for the long haul, because like this is the first like obstacle they have, you know, where like, I don't know, I would hope he's gonna tell her that it's not real, but I don't know if in doing that he'll mess like with her mind more, because they did mention briefly like something that happened to previous people that she had maybe implanted memories on. So I'm wondering if you tell them if it's not a real memory, like that like messes with their brain, obviously, because could you imagine if someone came up to you and was like, hey, those strong feelings you're having, they're not real. Like, that would like make me question every single thing ever. And I don't know if Dreamer is able to remove the memory. I mean, I would hope she's able to. And I really did like, you could see how like when Blink ran up and hugged him, like he was like surprised and happy, but then all of a sudden he was like, wait, no, this isn't right, and he realizes that Dreamer did something. Someone did point out online, which gave me a bit of hope, and they were literally like, I don't know if this is any consolation, but wasn't able to open the portal when she thought of kissing Johnny. She was able to open it when she thought of him smiling at her in a conversation she actually had with him. So it wasn't a fake memory that kind of propelled her powers, but it was more the fake memories that like led her to have the confidence to be able to do it. So I don't know, I just feel like everyone's like, oh, they better tell her, but I feel like they can't, because that'll like, it just seems like that's not good to have someone thinking that the memory they have in their head isn't real. So I have a feeling they're gonna have to play along with it a bit longer unless Dreamer can take it out. So we'll see. I'm also interested to learn more about Dreamer, because like I'm wondering if she can only implant memories that she actually has, because she mentioned implanting a memory in Blink before about Lorna being her best friend, and Lorna is Dreamer's best friend, and then she also gave the memory of her kissing Johnny and made it Blink kissing Johnny. So I'm interested to see, like, can she only implant memories that are her own? And speaking of powers, someone's gotta talk to Andy, because that kid is going off the deep end. Like, 5 times in this episode, I was just like, Andy, what are you doing? Like, he is definitely on the more dark side right now, you could say, of thinking, like, why should I protect these people, or why should I have to hide from these people when they treat me like crap? And he's not afraid anymore, I feel like, which is super dangerous, because it's gonna put him in risky situations. It already did when you saw he blew the door off his uncle's house, he broke the parking meters. Like, it's not little things that can be kind of just like avoid it. It's things that are drawing attention, and he doesn't mind it. And I think that's the fact that's the most worrying. Made a great point, which I really like that the show did this, when Johnny and Marcos were like, we can't fight, like, we don't want any bodies, we don't want any corpses, like, we can fight, but they're gonna die, and we don't want that. So I like that they reinforce that like, they can win, but they don't want to, because that means they have to kill people, and that's not who they are. But Andy was like, we can fight them, and Johnny's like, no, like, they'll die. And Andy's like, so what? And you could see, like, Johnny's face was like, that's not good. So I really hope someone talks to him, because I feel like no one's paying attention to how radicalized Andy's becoming, in that, like, he really seems to want to use his powers not for good, but for bad, I guess. Like, he doesn't necessarily want to go out and, like, rob a bank just to rob a bank, but I feel like he is definitely going down a path that could lead to the wrong person whispering in his ear and then him becoming a bad mutant. So speaking of that, we had Caitlin, who had to go through her own stuff, and she kind of started this whole lesson of realizing that mutants really are on their own in terms of, like, the government and everything last episode, but this episode is when it really sunk in for her. And I mean, that last shot of her, Marcos, and Johnny standing together was just so powerful, I feel like, because now you see she's officially on their side. And I wonder how that's going to be when Reed comes back, because I feel like Reed sees how bad it is, but I feel like he potentially still has, I don't know, I don't know, it's weird, because, like, I feel like Caitlin is losing more faith in the system than Reed is. Like, I feel like Reed is still going to want to play by the rules and everything, and Caitlin's going to be more the one that realizes, like, there are no rules for mutants, because they're not allowed to, like, follow, like, they can't make their own, you know, like, they have to follow someone else's, and even then the rules are constantly changed. So I feel like Caitlin is going to be more aligned with this mutant group. I could see him wanting to get the family away from it, but her wanting to stay and help and fight. And I also think she would be a really good asset, because she is a nurse, so she could help them with the medical stuff and everything like that, which I thought would be, like, her kind of goal in the last episode, like, realizing she can help. But I feel like now is when she officially realized, like, if I'm gonna get Reed back, I need to, like, go through back channels, I need to do some shady stuff, like, it's not gonna work the way that I've been told my whole life. And it was kind of nice how, like, Marcos didn't really, like, blame her for that. Like, he was like, he said in the car, he was like, it's okay, like, you did this because for someone you love, like, I can't blame you, because I've been thinking about doing crazy stuff to get Lorna out. So I feel like it's nice now that they have the common goal, though, of getting Lorna and Reed out together, and they're both okay, like, with realizing that, like, they can't do it through, like, lawyers or anything like that, like, they're gonna have to break in. So it was just a really, really good episode. I'm excited that hopefully we'll get Lorna out. Reed, not so much. Like, I just feel like Reed is probably the one character I'm not as invested in right now, just because I don't know, I feel like he's just there. So I'm excited if they'll get Lorna out, though, because I really want to see how this all is going to affect her and change her, and I'm hoping that Marcos can really be there for her and help her and everything, because she's been through some stuff. So if you have seen the new episode of The Gifted, please feel free to leave your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel down below to be told when I make all sorts of new videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!